this episode, we're going to have a very interesting look, and it's one that isn't seen too often. So we have an example application, which has a scaffold for posts, and we have rich text on there as well. And so we can see the content, we can edit it, and everything looks like it's just a normal application. However, when we go into the logs, we're going to see something a little bit different. I added some logs here, and you see that we're writing to the primary and we're reading from the primary. If we were to refresh the application again and scroll up to see the log, now you see that we're reading from the primary replica. And we could even tell the logs to see this as well, where right now we're reading from the primary replica. But if we go in and edit this post, and if we add another character and update it for a few seconds, it's going to be reading from the primary, but then it's going to start reading from the replica again. And so the purpose of this is to set up two separate databases. They are synchronized, where we have a primary database, and then the second database is going to be set up as a replica. So there's nothing our Rails application has to do to establish that communication between the two databases, but instead, that's all going to be handled by PostgreSQL. And typically, I wouldn't set this up for a development environment. I would simply just have one database, but you are able to do this. It's just not really necessary, but in production, it can have much better benefits. So if you're writing to a database a lot, and if you also have a lot of subsequent reads, then you could get into situations where the database isn't performing as well as it could. But by having a read replica, where we're never going to write to it directly, we're only going to be reading from it, that can result in faster query response times for the users. But honestly, a lot of applications out there won't ever reach this point. If you do have a mature application that's really grown a lot, and there's a lot of reporting that comes out of it, and if you're starting to see some of the limitations of your database because of high CPU usage, or is just becoming overwhelmed, then creating another database instance to serve as a read replica could be a viable option. But it is important to understand that there could be a small delay from writing to the primary database and that information copying over to the replica. And so that's what we're going to look at in this episode, where we are going to set up our development environment to have a primary PostgreSQL database and also a read replica. Again, I wouldn't really run a read replica in my development environment. I think that's a bit overkill. And honestly, if I'm setting up a read replica, then I'm going to use the managed services of AWS, DigitalOcean, or many of the other providers that have managed databases. Because the settings that we're going to be setting up here on the development environment, I wouldn't recommend in production, mainly because they haven't been fine-tuned for that purpose. This is really just an example. And did you know that you can go to railsstore.com to get your own Ruby on Rails t-shirt or your Drift in Ruby t-shirt? To watch this full episode and more videos, visit driftinruby.com and subscribe to the Pro membership.